Let's see. So, testing out the live stream to, well, learn how to do it because I haven't done a lot of live streaming. So, I don't know, can you hear me? Hey there, Steven. Okay, good. I haven't done this before. Well, I tested it out one time before on my computer, but the camera's really crap on it, so I don't really use it that much. Hey, John, thank you. Yeah, I don't really have anything planned other than I wanted to see how I was going to have to set this up, which I get a little bit of the chat over here on my screen, but I had to set my phone up over here with the chat open, and there might be a little bit of a delay with that. I'm not really sure. But, I don't know. I think maybe I might start doing some live streams, and probably with more planning than this, because I was literally bored, and I was like, okay, let's see what happens. So, yeah, it's weird. There's a delay here, but not on the phone. It's bizarre. My back is doing a lot better. It's apparently just going to take a long time for it to completely heal. I still have some pain in my lower back where the what are they the not the vertebrae, yeah, the things are swollen and pushing on the nerves. Anyway, I have a little bit of pain there, and it comes around the side, and it's not like pain at this point. Now it's more just annoying most of the time, and it only really bothers me at night when I'm trying to sleep. I'm still having to take at least one muscle relaxer a day, and usually at night so I can get some sleep. Excuse me. But other than that, it's not too bad. If it helps if I get out and walk around, but if I walk too much, then it tends to start hurting. I don't know, just getting old, I guess. But my wife's doing a lot better. Her medical stuff was actually a lot worse than mine. Mine, just hurt back, and I had a long time where I couldn't like bend over and pick stuff up, and I've gotten past all that. I can do all that now, so that's good. And there was quite a while where I couldn't even sit in here in the game room and do anything, and now I can. So I guess we're getting there. It's just going to take time. I'm doing my exercises from physical therapy and stuff like that, so that seems to be helping. But hey, I hope everybody out there is doing good. I'm just screwing around here, just seeing how this works. I don't know how many YouTubers are actually using YouTube to go live. I think some of them use like StreamYard and stuff, and honestly, I couldn't figure StreamYard out, so I haven't messed with it again. But I am to a point where I can go live on mobile devices, so I figured, why not? Give it a shot, see what happens. And if the audio and video is good, then I guess I'll keep using it. Hyperborea 3rd edition campaign. I have not played that. I've seen the cover of the book. It looks really cool. You have to let me know how that goes. Little sip of the iced coffee. Oh, okay. First edition AD&D. Gotcha. I liked one AD&D better than second edition. As weather change is killing my sinuses are bad all the time anyway, but it is like killing me now. I guess the going live on here is kind of cool. I could actually pick it up and move it around and do stuff with it. Yeah, this weather is like right now when the weather is changing, getting cooler, and springtime because I live in Georgia with all the pollen. So those two times a year just like hit really hard. It's really, really bad. All right, so I know that I can go live. You guys say you can see me and hear me okay. I know how to bring the chat up now, so that works out. So I guess I can do that. Very cool. I don't think I can bring other people into the video. I think it's just responding to the chat. I think you have to be on like StreamYard or OBS or something like that to be able to invite people onto the live chat. As far as I know, but like I've never really done this before too, so I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I'm usually, well, let me film it, edit it, cut it, and all that stuff, and going live is like, yeah, if you screw up, it's there. I don't know who this ghost thing is. This my daughter? I think this is my daughter. I don't know. She does weird names like that. It's not weird. Oh man. Well, it looks like we got like 4 people in here. I guess I can sit on here for a few minutes. If anybody wants to talk about anything in particular, you can ask me a question on coffee break, and I'll try to answer it. Oh wow, is that what that is? Like it's my screen, like the chat is so tiny because I'm using the chat on my phone. I can see the colors, but I can't really make out what it is in the picture. But now that you say that, I can see the cat or the shape of the cat. Yes, there's iced coffee. If you came out of your bedroom once in a while, you would know that. Instead of sitting in the back of the house trolling me. So, current gaming. We are playing Dark Places and Demogorgons on Tuesday nights. We just had our a session last night, first session of a new story. I'm doing a 3-part anthology series called Dead Time Stories, and they can be run as like a little mini campaign, or they can be run individually. I've run the first one, and then I started the second one last night. They got a really good ways into it, and then it'll unless they just completely screw the pooch, they'll wrap it up next week, and then we have the third one to do after that. And I wanted to kind of test play these with my group before, because right now I just have them all in my note cards. But I wanted to test play everything before I put it in, did all the editing and typing and put it in PDF and added art and all that stuff. Because if there's a group that can burn a story to the ground, it's my group. So I wanted to see what they did. And burning things to the ground is generally one of their go-tos. In fact, I think that came up last night. They were like, well, we know this girl's in possession of this thing. Let's just burn her house down. But they are not beyond, murders on the table, everything. Like, they're playing kids in the 80s. Yeah, my players. It's we make a joke about our RGG or Rob's Game Group has for years just been a, their go to is set it on fire, which is amazing because for years and years they have burned things down, set things on fire as their way to solve the problem, and it has never worked. It has always made things worse. Yet it is still their go to every time we play a game. Yeah, it's they didn't burn anything last night. They did discuss it. Of course, they also discussed beating a bully to death with baseball bats in a graveyard. And then a couple of the players had to remind them that that was murder. So, but I don't want to say too much about the stories because I don't want to spoil anything for the people who are going to get them. The first one was kind of it was definitely. I'm seeing an animal theme. There was a monster, animal type monster, and some cultists involved in the first one. It was definitely more scary. The second one has been more lighthearted, which is the way I intended it. I kind of have two kind of scary, very body horror things going on, and then in the middle there's a story that's more kind of lighthearted. Like there's stuff going on, and they have to take care of it, but it's not like it's not super serious. It's something they can more just have fun with, and there was a lot of that last night. They had a good time, so we're doing that. I don't know what code 187 is. They are playing that. After we finish that, we're either going to go right back to DCC or we may take a Christmas break and then come back to... Oh, yeah, God, I hadn't seen Demolition Man in forever, dude. Whoa, that's way back. That was a great movie. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I remember it being a great movie, but it was a long time ago. A lot of things I remember from a long time ago are not nearly as great when you go back and watch them now. But Demolition Man might be. I don't know. I'd have to see it again. Let's see. So we're probably going to go back to DCC, or we may just take the Christmas break and then do it after that, because this will, this Dead Time Stories thing I'm doing is going to eat into November, and at least the first part of November, and then we're looking at, we're a couple of weeks from Thanksgiving, and then December is always super busy for us, just between church and stuff with the family, and different family members coming to visit, and so on and so forth. I mean, you know how it is. So that may be. Plus, if I put Tuesday nights on hiatus until the new year, that gives me more time to work on the Dead Time Stories PDFs and get them ready to go up. So, yeah, holidays with the family is good. It's, I love the holidays, but it does get stressful and really, really busy. Oh, thank you. Well, that didn't show up on that chat. Mal, DCC is super fun to play. It's not everybody's cup of tea because it is a very brutal game, or it can be a very brutal game. Me and my group like it because we like brutal games, and we've had quite a bit of fun with it. I've heard people say the tables get stale after a while, but I don't know. I mean, I guess if you played it nonstop and like that was your go-to fantasy game, then yeah, it probably could get stale after a while. But we kind of play it in spurts. We'll play that for a little while. We'll play Dark Places and Demogorgons because I love that game. I'm actually starting a index card RPG game this Saturday. So I did a video on that. It went up yesterday, I think, or day before. I don't know. They all run together. But that starts this week. That's a every other Saturday game. So that one I'll probably keep going for a while because it's not very taxing on me to do a game every 2 weeks. And I really enjoy writing for Index Card RPG. Like the whole concept of everything around the way room design and session design works and everything is different than the way I've done it before, and I'm finding that I like it quite a bit. Just transition from DCC into Hyperborea. Yeah, like I said, I hadn't seen I've seen the book, but I haven't played it. DCC is a lot of fun, but I also have a ton of it, and I don't think I'm ever going to run all those modules. It's just like I literally have like 100 modules. I don't know. It's so much. It's good stuff. I probably I know mainly the core book and the annual are my two favorite books. I do have the Chain Coffin collector edition book, and I think I want to run that campaign at some point because it's really cool looking. Yes, D6 Star Wars, man. D6 Star Wars is good stuff. If you're going to play Star Wars, in my opinion, play D6 Star Wars. It's so hackable and so easy to add stuff into, and there's so much out there in the fan community still to this day keeping that game alive. I mean, it's amazing. That was my second role-playing game as a kid, and I could get away with playing it because it didn't have the name Dungeons and Dragons on it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Look on, I don't know if the website's still there or not, or if they changed the name. It used to be, I think it was called the Rancor Pit. Man, they had tons of fan-made books and stuff that were really high quality up there. And they had stuff that covered the prequels, the Clone Wars, if I remember right. There was all kinds of stuff you could download and use. Oh, good, it's still there. That's awesome. I hadn't been there in quite some time, but my problem is, so many games, so little time, and I game a lot. So, game every Tuesday. Fridays we game. We call it the kids game because it has both of my kids, all three of my kids play it, and one of my kids is in Korea in the Army. But we play with him, and then Haley and Tina both play in that game. I don't go into it a whole lot, or I'll post pictures of the stuff, but I don't do a lot of videos on it because I got younger kids in it. But we do that every Friday. Every Tuesday is my normal game group, and now I've got every other Saturday game. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't already Rogue One stuff up there with Andor in it. I don't know that there is, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. Oh, absolutely. Of course, most of his service is sitting around playing video games right now, but he definitely hates Korea. And I've heard from different people, like, you either love it or you hate it. And he's stationed at Camp Casey, and he hates it. Oh, thank you for your service then, Stephen. So that's a good question. What are my thoughts on the Dark Places and Demogorgons OSE Kickstarter that is live right now? So this is going to sound worse than I mean for it to come off. I did not kickstart it. I think it's a neat idea, I guess, but I don't see the need for it. I guess maybe if you really only like the OSE system and you just want Dark Places and Demogorgons as a setting, then I think it's a cool idea. It annoyed me a little bit that it wasn't a standalone book, so you still have to go buy this OSE core book to use the Dark Places book. And I looked at it like, well, I've already got every book that, in one form or another for Dark Places and Demogorgons, and I like the system, so I just didn't see the need to get the OSE version. Now, I'm not knocking OSE. I hear a lot of people say it's really good. I've never used it, but a lot of people really like it. And if that's your jam, man, and you want to, play Dark Places and Demogorgons in that, that's cool. I mean, whatever floats your boat, right? It's just for me, I'm already happy with the system as is. It works for me as is, so I didn't see a need to back it myself. I know it's something they're trying to do to get their name more out there in the community, get more people into the game. So I hope that goes. I know it's going to go well for them. I mean, everything they do does pretty good. When my kids were learning D&D at 7 and 9, 2.0 group joined it, unsure at first about gaming with kids. Yeah, that I have adults playing with mine too. Honestly, some of the funniest stuff happens in the kids' game because the kids think of stuff that the adults don't think of, or the kids are experiencing things that, if we've been gaming for 25, 30 years, we take for granted. We've done it for forever, and we're cautious of the mimic, and the kids are like, what's a mimic? We're about to wrap up our Friday night game right now where we're doing Ravenloft, and my son, they've never played Ravenloft before. He's beside himself with fear. But he's having a great time, but he's experiencing it for the first time, and that's really cool. Let's see. Have I reviewed all of the Dark Places and Demogorgon supplement? I don't know if I've done them all. I've done several videos about it. I know I've done a few first looks and look at the books and stuff. I like most of the straight Dark Places and Demogorgon stuff. The What the Shadows Hide stuff looks cool, which is you're playing like, older FBI agents and stuff. We Die Young, honestly, left me a little flat. It's a big book. It's kind of cool. But I don't look through it, and I don't know, when I look through it, it doesn't really drive me to want to run a game for it. That's not saying that there's anything bad with the book or anything like that. Just it doesn't inspire me to want to run a game of We Die Young. So, but I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I've done a lot of videos, so sometimes I forget what I've done. I watched all of your videos over the years. I'm sorry. Some of them were not great. But I've forgotten. Yeah, me too. Do you think it's worth it to pick up the print-on-demand books on sale instead of the Kickstarter? Like, you mean like with the OSE thing, waiting until it's over and then getting it print-on-demand, or the stuff they currently have on drive-through? Because I don't know, if you're wanting to get it, the Kickstarter might be the cheaper way to go. I'm not 100% sure. I looked at the Kickstarter when they first started it, but I haven't really looked at it to, see where it's at, like what the buy-in is, basically. I do know that some of their stuff from Bloat Games you can only get physical copies of through like Drive-Thru RPG, like their vampire source book and their werewolf source book. That's the only place I could find them in print versions. But they're also not very thick books. Both of those are kind of small books. So if you were to get the PDF, it's not that hard to print them out, because honestly, that's what I did with them. They're only about 20 pages a piece, if that, and I just printed them out and put them in a binder. Actually, it's right there. The big blue binder over there is my Dark Places and Demogorgon stuff. That means, okay, keep in mind too, when I say that, I really haven't been disappointed with any of the Bloat Game stuff. I've enjoyed it. I just look at the We Die Young, I don't know, I enjoy playing the kids in the 80s things a lot more than playing vampires and werewolves and stuff, but I can see where that would be appealing. So, what games are you currently running? Also, thank you for all the videos. I really enjoy your channel. Well, thank you very much. Number one. I appreciate you watching. Um, I mean, I don't feel like I make enough videos. Like I see some of these guys that are putting out like 5 and 6 videos a day, and I'm just like, nope, nope. I can't put that much time into it. And I'm a stay-at-home dad who's teaching homeschool and disabled, and I still don't have time to put out 5 and 6 videos a day. So, but there's always going to be videos coming, until I kick it. Thank you for all the videos. I really enjoy the channel. What games am I currently running? I am currently running Dark Places and Demogorgons on Tuesday nights. Basic Fantasy / Ravenloft on Friday nights for my kids' game, but that's about to end this week. And then Haley's going to take over and run a Dark Places and Demogorgons game, and that I'm going to play in with my wife and kids, so that's going to be kind of neat. And that's going to be our Friday night game. And then I have every other Saturday, starting this week, is a index card RPG Alfheim game. See, I can't edit out burps and stuff like that, That's a problem with live. But we're doing the Alfheim, the fantasy setting, and I'm very excited to run that. Like it's just... did you use Whitebox for Ravenloft? I did not use Whitebox for Ravenloft. Actually, I started out, I think, using Whitebox, and then we switched back to Basic Fantasy. Or maybe it was the other way around. Yes, we were playing Whitebox, and when they moved to playing Ravenloft, because they were playing in just a generic fantasy world, when they moved to Ravenloft, we changed back to Basic Fantasy for various reasons. But I like both of those games very much. Whitebox and Basic Fantasy are great. Basic Fantasy just has a little more meat to it than Whitebox. Whitebox is great, but there's a lot of stuff you have to tack on to it, in my opinion. However, I think that's going to change because I know some stuff about something that's coming out for Whitebox, but I don't think I can talk about it yet. Not from me, from somebody else. Let me go back up here because I'm getting behind. What games are currently running? That's the games I'm currently running. Vigilante City books. I have their Kickstarter ones. They are nicer than the print on demand. Yeah, I've heard that they are better than the print on demand ones. And how you doing, Mike? Let's see. Anything on the DCC front? Yeah, we took a break from DCC on the Tuesday, which is the normal Tuesday night game, because I'm running these Dead Time stories for Dark Places and Demogorgons that I wrote. And I'm, like I was saying earlier, I'm having my group test play them so that I can turn around and put them out in PDF form for everybody. But I wanted my group to try to burn it to the ground first. And we're in the second of 3 stories now. And once we finish those, we'll be going back to DCC on Tuesday nights. But depending on when we end up, because if it's like mid-November, then it's probably going to be a Christmas break and then start back after January starts. So, Runehammer's 1 and 2 BX. I haven't read it. I'm not sure. And how you doing, Anthony? Great question. I love DCC. It's a lot of fun. Completely wacko over the top fun. I have not read Runehammer's season 1 and 2 BX hack, so I don't know anything about that. I've missed anything. I think this is pretty good for a test stream, just to see how it does. I think it worked out pretty good. So maybe I will schedule a going live stream. I'm not sure how I do that. I'll have to go in and play with that. schedule that I'm going to go live ahead of time so people can know that it's going to happen. Do I recommend any YouTube channels that are like mine? Let's see. No, mine's the best on the internet. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, you already know Runehammer's channel. His channel is amazing. I don't know. I watch a lot of YouTube. I really do. I swear I watch a ton of YouTube. Like, YouTube is connected to all of my devices, all of my TVs. I lay in bed at night and watch YouTube. And but I only watch a little bit of this type of stuff. And I don't want to call anybody out. I'm not going to say any names of channels, but there's a lot of channels that I'm friends with the guys and I watch their stuff. But they seem to go through these cycles, right? Where they will get on a kick of, hating on, fifth ed. I don't like fifth ed, but, that's just me. If you like fifth ed, cool. I don't care. But, there'll be some aspect of something WotC's doing with the game. And some of these channels, man, honestly, they'll get on here and bitch about it for months. And like every video they do, it seems like it's just complaining about it. Or they get on here and it's like constantly, I'm going to tell you, this is how you play D&D. And if you're not playing it this way, you're wrong. And I'm like, okay. And then they'll do a ton of videos about that. And I don't know, I just get bored with it, honestly. I watch a lot of crafting videos. I enjoy crafting, like DM Scotty and Black Magic Craft. I watch pretty much everything they put out, and I'll go back and watch their older stuff. Like I said, I watch Runehammer. There's some others that I watch that are not really gaming related, so I don't really know who to tell you. Like, I know DM James does videos. Most of his will focus around whatever game he's hot to trot about at the time, like we all do, like I do it, everybody does it. But, he'll go through a stint on Conan where he's, really big into doing Conan videos or BX videos or whatever. But his are really good for that kind of stuff. But he's gotten, like, the bug for streaming, and, like, he's constantly streaming these 2 and 3 hour videos, and I'm like, dude, I'm not watching for 2 or 3 hours. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I might turn it on once in a while when I'm painting or something, but for the most part, I'm not going to just sit and watch a video for 2 or 3 hours, which is weird because I'll watch a movie for 2 or 3 hours. But I don't know, some of the stuff that some of these channels talk about gets repetitive in the streams, and I just, I'll watch it for a little while and then I'll go find something else to do. So I'm sorry that I couldn't be more helpful in that. Yeah, I can see listening to him. Like I said, when I'm painting, I can do that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to be like, oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I can't do that for 3 hours. I can do it with a movie, but not with YouTube. Okay, is that the illustrated Sherlock Holmes over your head? If so, I have this, and yes, it is. Yes, it is, Anthony. This was great. Thank you. I'd love for you to do more of these, especially if I know when you're going to go live. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do the scheduling thing to let people know when I'm going live. Which I'll work on that. I'll see if I can figure it out. It can't be that hard. Would you want to make crafting videos? Well, yeah, I talked about this in one of my other videos recently. I don't know, they all blend together to me, but I've done a few crafting videos, like maybe last year or early this year. Most of it was sci-fi terrain because I was doing stuff for Stargrave, and it's a series called Trash Terrain that's on here. And I have a lot of fun because I do a ton of crafting. There's crafting stuff all over here. I mean, it really gets under my wife's skin because periodically she'll make the mistake of opening the closet in this room and she's like, you just have garbage in here. And I'm like, that's not garbage. I'm turning that into stuff one day. So I love it, and I probably would do crafting videos. Crafting videos are a little harder to do than sitting and talking because you have to do things in stages and have it pre-planned out and then edit everything down so it's not 6 hours long to make a piece of terrain. But I have done that, and I've done painting, but they just don't get very many views for me. There's other channels out there that get just, tons and tons and tons of views on this stuff, and I watch it too, but I just don't get very many views on crafting. It'll build, I'll get like 100, 200 views, but like it'll take like a year for a video like that to get that many views. It just doesn't. And I don't know why. And I think I said in my other video, I think a lot of my viewers come here for talking about games and, stuff like that. Not so much the crafting aspect. So I just haven't really done a lot of crafting videos, because when I saw that nobody really got into it, I was like, well, I'd rather put my energy. I still do a ton of crafting, but as far as the video presentation, I'd rather put my energy more into what people are coming here to see. Great answers. Thank you, number one. Oh, the OG's in the house. Wait a second, that's not Rob. He is not wearing a hat. I am wearing, I'm wearing half of a hat, so, But I was also lazy and sitting here playing with this, and decided to just hit the go live thing and see what happened. And I didn't want to get up and get my hat because it's way up there. So I was like, no, they just get the visor today. You get the visor, OG. OG is one of those guys. He will put out 700 videos a day. I swear. Well, thank you, number one. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching. OG GM has a fun little channel. If you have not checked it, I say little. I'm not being, I'm not making fun of your channel. Your channel's great, dude. But he does put out like 700 videos a day, and he tells you about everything that's going. He does a lot of research into going on, every day into what's new, what products are coming out, what kind of new broke stuff Watsy's doing. So go check out his channel if you have not. He's the OG GM. I think it stands for Old Goat GM. Is that right, OG? With that, I always think of Discworld. Yeah, I used to. I have my. It's weird, for a long time when I do my videos, I'd only wear like my cowboy hat, and that was just a thing for a long time. And then one day I threw the stupid wizard hat on, and I was doing some kind of fantasy video, and I was like, I'm just gonna have fun with it. And I threw the hat on, and like people just went crazy over the hat. And I'm like, okay, well if that's my gimmick, that's my gimmick. All right, fair enough, whatever. I'll put the hat on. So that's why I wear the hat in most of the videos now. Except in the go live videos, where apparently you're just going to get raw Rob. You get to see me drink coffee and hit my mixed berry vape and not be able to edit any of this stuff. I think we lost OG. I don't see him anymore. He must be making 2 more videos. It's either that or he's desperately typing like a madman right now. So, we got like 5 or 6 people in here. It's kind of, the number kind of fluctuating a little bit, but nobody knew I was going to do this. I didn't know I was going to do this, so just kind of jumped on it and gave it a shot. So you guys seem to enjoy it. Would that be something you would want me to do, like a weekly live stream? I'm not like DM James. I can't do it like 5 days a week, so he has a lot more time and patience to do the live stream, but if that's something that my viewers would like, then I will definitely look at doing a live stream every week. I like to see the other craft for inspiration, but I like hearing takes on games more. Yeah, I get that. I'm kind of the same way. Like when there's something new going out in the industry and I'm interested in it, I'll watch videos on it. Like I think I've watched every video on the internet about ICRPG because I just go and constantly search down anything hashtag that, anything remotely related to it, because when I really get into something, I want to know everything I can possibly know about it. I won't say I've watched every video to completion because there are a couple of guys out there that are just really, really dry, and I have trouble sitting through an entire video. Yep, weekly, monthly, whatever. Okay, well, we'll work something out then. Do I have a short video format DM tip video series? I don't have that, but I guess I could. I hadn't really thought about that. I turn on my TV and it's in my feed, like third or fourth place. I follow you, so the algorithm sent it my way. Well, I'm glad you're here, Anthony. I know a lot of people seem to really like the live chats. A lot of people are doing them. I know, good God, Max over at Legion of Myth, like he does these 7 and 8 hour streams on Friday night, and I'm just like, no. Like, I did that a year ago with him. Like it was literally Thanksgiving night or Black. No, I think it was Thanksgiving night. It was just me and him, and we were on there like for 8 hours or something. And I just can't do that all the time. I just, whew, yeah. All right, number one, you have a good one. I think I'm gonna, let's see. I think I'm gonna go to. We've been on here for 42 minutes, give or take now. This seems to work out real good. I'm going to try to figure out how to schedule ahead of time that I'm doing a live show. I know it can be done because Legion of Myth does it. So I'm going to figure out how to do that and post it up so everybody knows ahead of time. And then maybe we can do like some live show Q&A, talk about gaming, talk about coffee, whatever, whatever floats your boat. I appreciate everybody showing up today. And until next time, my friends, good gaming and good luck. Bye, Mike. Bye, everybody. Once I figure out how to turn it off, I don't know how to turn it off. I'm trapped in here. I can't get out. I can't get out. Is it this button? That's not the button. Nope, that's not the button. I think I'm still in here. I'm still in here. This is probably the best part of the video for you guys, is watching me try to figure out how to get out of here. Maybe it's the X button. Yes, I want to stop streaming.